I know. Another video on that damn declaration, but I thought this was worth addressing. So let's get right into it. Okay, this has been brought up a lot, and I've had many questions about this. So I just wanted to be clear. There are two different Steve Sowitz quotes from two different dates and allegedly two different witnesses. So I made a visual. So there's the one from this August 6, 2024, where allegedly at the film's New York premiere on August 6, 2024, Sarowitz allegedly said that he was prepared to spend $100 million to ruin the lives of Miss Lively and her family. And then it says that was not the only time Mr. Sarowitz made such a threat. Later in August 2024, blah, 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 Mr. Sarowitz confessed to another witness, an individual who was working with Wayfair on an unrelated project that, and then it just goes into the Hamas Israel quote. And now we know who this witness is. Oops, sorry. Now we know who this witness is. We still don't know who this one is with the 100 million. But I just think that's important. And, you can check this for yourself. Like if you download the documents, which is how I originally clocked this, because when on my computer, when I was searching for, I just used the word Hamas, and I saw that the first download I had from it was this First Amendment complaint in February. But you can actually just go directly to Court Listener, and you can even, open the document and you can use different words. So if you look at her first complaint, which was in December 2024, you'll see there's no mention of that Hamas quote. But if you search the First Amendment complaint, which was filing 84, and it was in February 2025, you'll see there's two mentions of it. And just to back that up further, if you even just simply Google for Steve Sowitz, the Israel Hamas quote, you'll see all these February 19th, they all came out the same day, the PR pieces. And if you see here, see the First Amendment complaint hit on February 19th, 2025. So of course, that's when we see it in the media. And then this is versus like the $100 million quote. So that quote, the first one from August 6th, they do mention this in the original complaint. They ran with that one. And then you'll see that in her amended complaint, this is in February now, and if you look that up, you'll see it's actually mentioned 3 times. Paragraph 26, 169, and 297. So who cares? It's irrelevant PR anyways. And I actually had someone that I really respected kind of just say like, well, I personally don't care and it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. And, I think it is kind of important because, and everyone can have their own opinion, but I would just say that Steve Sowitz probably cares. And I think that the timing and location and motive seem important, especially here if it was recorded illegally. And notice that Claire never mentions like the date when this recording happened. I think that would be pretty important. I'm sure Sarowitz already knows where he was, and I'm sure we'll hear about it later. I think Alexandra Shapiro, who is Wayfair's appellate lawyer, I think she probably cares because if Lively was behind this recording, that would be a problem and possibly show a pattern of unclean hands. And just, the way that Lively has handled evidence, like originally, remember, she had mentioned Swift, but then allegedly then doesn't want her to be part of this. And first she said that Swift had like firsthand knowledge, and then she said she has nothing to do with this, and then allegedly told her to delete text. You have the whole Isabella Ferreira thing, and not to mention Van Sham. And even if it doesn't directly affect damages under 47.1, the sequence still matters. It goes to the issue of intent and credibility and could become very relevant later if Wayfair's appellate team argues that Lively acted with actual malice, in my opinion. And it also seems important whether or not Claire was influenced by anyone in August 2024 to record Sarowitz, or if she did it on her own accord. And it seems important whether or not Lively had this recording in her possession in 2024 and yet did not include it in her initial complaint, because why? Did they know that the recording was unreliable or obtained improperly but used it anyways when it served their narrative, or strategically deployed it for publicity once they needed something more dramatic, which would show, in my opinion, a reckless disregard for the truth in favor of PR optics? And Claire appears to have been actively liking lively content in February 2025. So was this recording and declaration her attempt to get in with Lively and Ryan Reynolds? I mean, I just think that there's still so many questions with this. And again, if we go back to the recording, the actual quote that they used, it is interesting, let me make it bigger, that, you know, Lively and Reynolds are not even in the actual quote. And the timestamps are out of order. They're sliced and diced to create some sort of narrative, it appears. And they never mention the date of the actual recording. And it has nothing to do with 47.1 or this case. And so, like, this is what Lively's team is using to ask for millions of dollars in trouble damages and attorney fees under 47.1. They're using this whole garbage mess, as their evidence for that. And it just, to me, it seems so crazy. And then this was pointed out to me. So in September 2024, Claire publicly posted on the Wayfair Theaters account. It says, "Thank you to the whole Wayfair Theaters team and your community for making us feel so special and welcome." Heart emoji, heart emoji. And I have to give credit to assholemedia.com for pointing this out to me. But it's so many red flags to me, because in my opinion, if someone verbally abused me, I'm not going to be like publicly commenting and going out of my way to give them heart emojis. If I give you a heart emoji, it's because I want to give you a heart emoji. And you have not offended me in any way. And it just seems not genuine, in my opinion. It just seems a little two-faced. I have so many questions. And this whole declaration thing to me just seems so ridiculous, almost as ridiculous as Lively's claim that her milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Like her SH claim was that somehow, like, Baldoni was, SH, he was attracted to her and tried to come into her trailer when she was, pumping. Yet then we find out later she actually had texted him, inviting him in. This whole thing seems insane to me. So I just thought that was worth addressing. I hope that clears some information up for some people and makes it more clear what we're dealing with here. Also, I just want to quickly say thank you to everyone who left a comment in my last video on this and the one before, because you guys are so smart. And I love this community so much. I have to thank you so much. It always challenges me to look further into things, and I just appreciate all of you. So thanks for being here. I hope you have a great week, and I will probably make at least one more video on this when we get the transcript or recording. All right, everyone, have a good week. Talk to you soon.